If you hold XRP, you know about cross-border payments in banking. If you hold XLM, you know about peer-to-peer payments and financial inclusion. But do you know about XDC and its role in trade finance, a market that touches the entire global supply chain from raw materials and oil to textiles and tech? And trade finance may not sound as exciting as instant payments or bank integrations, but it's a $19 trillion industry of XDC at the center of it, working with institutions, tokenizing real world assets, and solving real world problems. That is what we are getting into today. So if you find value in today's video, be sure to drop a like down below. And with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder for every video that we make that this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in cryptocurrency is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now again, once a week we always mention the Decent hardware cold wallet. Decent was the first hardware cold wallet to list XDC back in January 2021. One of the only cold wallets to also have the tokens within the XDC ecosystem, the XRC20 tokens. The wallet is also very affordable, right? If you have 1.3k invested into the market, that's just 10% of your holdings to protect your holdings forever. The wallet is also very easy to navigate, right? Biometric authentication, no long code every single time you need to log in. OLED display, 4 buttons, secure, and there's hassle-free updates involved. So if you want discounted links down below, go and check them in the description. Moving on to the first part of the video, we have XDC of the Brazilian fintech company LIQI tokenizing $500 million worth of RWAs in Brazil. So $500 million worth of real world value is being brought on chain. And it's not just talk either. They expect the first issuance within 90 days. So the Brazilian fintech company handles the regulatory side. They know the local compliance game, while XDC brings the infrastructure, which is ISO 20022 compliant, and supports legal frameworks like MLETR. So what I'm trying to say is this is not some Web3 startup experiment. This is a legit institutional grade move. And the CEO of the Brazilian fintech company stated this is one of the largest institutional operations in Latin America. And it really shows me how far XDC has came by being overlooked to landing billion-dollar deals in emerging markets. Doing all this while ranked at 59 out of all cryptocurrencies. I guarantee you, there's not many projects in the top 30 for that matter landing $500 million tokenization deals with real regulatory backing. And it really says a lot about where the market is right now, where hype, narrative, meme culture drives most of the attention and capital, where XDC is building the infrastructure that institutions are using and barely getting noticed. But things are changing, regulations are tightening, real world use cases are starting to dominate the headlines, and utility is soon going to be the only thing that investors care about. Now moving on to point number 2, we have XDC and BlackRock. So yes, not too long ago, a quick reminder of XDC and Archax launching the first tokenized fund on its platform. And we can see that the first fund tokens represent 4 money market funds from providers including Aberdeen, Fidelity, BlackRock, and State Street. And this is where XDC truly shines, being an enterprise grade blockchain, having the infrastructure to tokenize treasuries and tokenize commodities. Here we can see XDC tokenizes more commodities than Stellar XLM. And this is going to be the biggest narrative of the next cycle because we're not talking about blockchain for blockchain. We're talking about real world institutions and assets coming on chain. And XDC has quietly positioned itself ahead of this. Right here, we can see cryptocurrencies that we speak about on the channel like XLM, XDC, QNT, and the total market cap is only 35 billion. If we go to the US tokenized treasuries back in 2023, it was worth 105 million, now 1.47 billion in 2024. Now in 2025, 4.2 billion. So XDC is tokenizing real world assets, US treasuries, commodities. Now Panama becomes the first government institution to accept crypto payments, including XDC. Now, you might not think this is big news, but when you actually go in the article, you see the big obvious names like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin. Then you have XRP, right? Crypto ranked 59 out of all cryptocurrencies, Do you think that is a coincidence? I think not. And we can see that each token was chosen for the unique benefits they would bring to Panama's initiative. We can see as Panama seeks to become a hub for innovation, global trade is a natural resource for them. The Panama Canal passageway sees roughly 5% of all shipping traffic, and the country's open shipping registry accounts for 21% of the world's fleet. And XDC is one of the only networks capable of handling transactions that meet this standard. Other connections to Panama would be CircularityNet, built on XDC, preparing for their pilot initiative with the Digital Chamber of Commerce of Panama. Again, XDC is providing the infrastructure, whether it's for trade finance or supply chain management. Moving on to the final point here, XDC price surge driven by real world adoption in trade finance. Now, we see isolated price movements for cryptocurrencies, but it's usually based on exchange listings, celebrity talking about the token, not real world adoption. We've seen that happen with XDC. And this occurred back in July 2023. XDC went from 2 to 3 cents to around 9 cents per XDC when most altcoins in the market were in a bear market. Down only XDC was acting like it was in a bull market. Now, why did this happen? Was mainly because of the Electronic Trade Documents Act, about giving digital trade documents like bills of lading the same legal standing as paper documents in the UK, which was huge for the global supply chain and trade finance, where XDC has positioned itself as a leader. And this may be really bullish on XDC and utility-based cryptocurrencies because, again, we always see price increase based on celebrity endorsements, exchange listings, speculative trading. This was one of the first clear examples of actual real-world use case. And we're going to see price increase due to utility happen a lot more as time goes on. Here's a great tweet by Tokenizer. If you hold these coins pre-November, you're up hundreds of percent. You have XRP, HBAR, XLM, XDC, and Algo. Now, many people attribute the price increase of these cryptos to the potential discussions of US crypto tax exemption, right, on US-based cryptocurrencies, but XDC is based in Singapore. So why is XDC increasing along with these cryptocurrencies? I think we know why. Bonus info to end the video, we have Layer 0 live on XDC Network, XDC live on Arkham, the Digital Fusion Summit, and also the TFD Initiative event. And speakers represented from XDC Network and Ripple. To conclude today's video, XDC is tokenizing $500 million worth of RWAs, tokenizing US treasuries, commodities, and getting global recognition from Panama. It's proving it's not just all about hype, it's about providing tangible long-term value to the global financial system. And that's why I feel so confident holding XDC right now and for the long term. So if you found value in today's video, be sure to subscribe and leave a like down below. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one.